The galaxy is facing an unprecedented threat. Alarming reports from the outer colonies indicate that Zorani fleets, a mysterious race with superior technology, have appeared near human territory. In light of this, the United Earth Navy Council convenes an emergency meeting to address this grave situation. In the war room of the command ship UN Atlas, Admiral Harrison Lee stands before a three-dimensional tactical display showing the current state of the galaxy. The top officers of the United Earth Navy, their faces tense and worried, gather around the table. Admiral Lee, what's the current movement status of the Zorani? General Connors asks, his gruff voice reflecting the spreading concern. Lee calmly responds, "We've confirmed Zorani fleets are concentrating near Sector 12. Their trajectory suggests they're preparing for a coordinated assault on our frontier worlds. With their technological superiority, our defenses may not hold without significant reinforcement." The tension in the room escalates as everyone realizes the gravity of the situation. Connors grimaces, "We've tried diplomatic channels but they've either ignored or rebuffed our efforts. They want something and they're not asking nicely." The atmosphere in the room grows silent, heavy with the seriousness of the predicament. President Allen, joining the meeting via 3D hologram from Earth, breaks the silence. "Admiral, we need a decisive plan of action. We can't wait for them to strike first. What do you propose?" Admiral Lee takes a deep breath, his gaze resolute. "It's time we show the galaxy that humanity will not be intimidated. We strike first, and we strike hard. Operation Hammer Fall." The room erupts with shock and approval. Operation Hammer Fall is a contingency plan, a large-scale counterattack designed to annihilate any hostile fleet before it can pose a serious threat. It's a high-risk, high-reward strategy, but desperate times call for desperate measures. After a pause, President Allen nods, "You have the green light, Admiral. Godspeed." With the order given, the United Earth Fleet begins preparing for the largest assault in their history. Admiral Lee knows this battle isn't just about defending Earth, but about asserting humanity's existence and determination in this vast galaxy. In the dark, endless expanse of space, the United Earth Fleet approaches its target, the alien Zorani fleet. Led by the command ship UN Atlas, the human armada glides through space with an unstoppable determination and courage. On the bridge of the Atlas, Admiral Harrison Lee, his eyes sharp, observes the situation through the three-dimensional tactical display. The sleek Zorani ships, enveloped by an eerie blue glow, form a perfect formation. All is quiet, like the calm before the storm. "Admiral, we're within firing range," Lieutenant Myers reports, his voice tense with determination. Admiral Lee narrows his eyes, grasping the gravity of the moment. "All ships, this is Admiral Lee. Activate Protocol Hammer Fall," he orders with unwavering confidence. "Commence attack." Space erupts into chaos. The human warships launch a barrage of missiles and energy projectiles, creating a spectacular display of fire and fury. Human fighters dart out from the hangars, weaving between the giant ships, engaging the Zorani fighters in a deadly dance. The Zorani ships, caught off guard by the ferocity of the human assault, scramble to organize their defenses. Their sleek ships return fire with plasma bursts and ray guns, but the sheer volume of the human assault is overwhelming. "Admiral, enemy shields are holding, but we're wearing them down," Graham reports, his voice strained with excitement. Lee watches the battle unfold, his mind racing through potential scenarios. The Zorani are formidable, but humanity's strength lies in its adaptability and unyielding spirit. He knows that victory isn't just about firepower, but about unity and indomitable will. "Deploy the Valkyrie," Lee commands. In the hangar bay of the Atlas, a colossal hatch opens, revealing the Valkyrie, a prototype superweapon designed for one purpose, overkill. It's an experimental railgun capable of firing projectiles at near light speeds with terrifying accuracy. Commander King, you have the honors, Lee says over the comms. King grins, his face illuminated by the glow of the weapon's charging coils. My pleasure, Admiral. The Valkyrie fires, a blinding beam of light tearing through space. It strikes the lead Zorani dreadnought, piercing its shields and ripping through its hull. The explosion is spectacular, a silent eruption of fire engulfing the ship in an instant. Direct hit. Graham exclaims, his voice echoed by the cheers and shouts of the crew. But the battle is far from over. As the Zorani reel from the initial shock, they regroup, their ships forming a tighter defensive network. Their assault intensifies, and the human fleet faces mounting pressure. Admiral, we're taking heavy fire, Myers reports, his voice tight. Our shields won't hold much longer. Lee clenches his jaw, issuing orders with unwavering resolve. All ships, concentrate fire on the Zorani command ship. We take it down, and the rest will follow. The fleet adjusts, focusing their firepower on the Zorani command ship. Missiles and energy projectiles converge on the target, weakening its shields and tearing through its armor. The Zorani command ship retaliates, its plasma cannons slicing through space, hitting several human ships, leaving them punctured, venting, and in pieces. Valkyrie, fire again, Lee orders. King nods, his face grim. Firing in 3, 2, 1. The second shot from the Valkyrie tears through space, striking the Zorani command ship dead center. The ship shudders, its structure unable to withstand the immense stress. In a blinding flash, it explodes, a cascade of secondary explosions tearing it apart. The destruction of the command ship throws the Zorani into disarray. Their formation breaks, and the human fleet presses its advantage, striking the remaining ships with relentless precision. Admiral, the Zorani are retreating, Myers reports, his voice elated. Lee allows himself a rare smile. Pursue and destroy. Leave no survivors. As the human fleet chases down the fleeing Zorani, Lee knows that this is just the beginning. The galaxy will learn that humanity is not easily subdued, and any race, even the Zorani, that thinks they can threaten Earth will soon realize the folly of underestimating humanity's resolve and its ability to strike back with overwhelming force. In the wake of the resounding victory over the Zorani fleet, the skies of the galaxy burn bright with the debris of warships, a testament to the ferocity of humanity's counterattack. Admiral Harrison Lee stands on the bridge of the UN Atlas, surveying the aftermath with a profound sense of resolve. The victory is won, but not without cost. The hulls of both human and Zorani ships float in the void, a stark reminder of the brutality of this encounter. Status report, Lee orders, his voice steady but with an undeniable undertone of urgency. Lieutenant Myers, still riding the high of the battle, swiftly pulls up the data. We've lost 6 battleships, 12 cruisers, and numerous support vessels. Casualties are estimated in the thousands. However, we've eliminated the majority of the Zorani fleet in this sector. The remaining enemy ships are retreating to their territory. Lee nods, absorbing the information with a solemn expression. This victory is significant, but not entirely complete. The Zorani will regroup, and humanity must be prepared for their next assault. Admiral, we're receiving a transmission from the Zorani, Communications Officer Parker says, his voice tinged with surprise. Put it through, Lee commands. The main screen flickers, revealing the image of a tall Zorani officer, with sharp features and luminous blue skin. He speaks in an alien language, but the translation software quickly converts his words to English. Humans, you have struck us today, but do not think this is over. We will return with the full might of our empire. Lee's eyes narrow. You attacked our colonies without provocation. We merely defended ourselves and will continue to do so. If you seek peace, we are open to negotiation. If you want war, we will respond with everything we have. The Zorani officer laughs derisively. You misunderstand our intentions. This is not about peace or war, but about domination. The galaxy belongs to the strong, and we will not be defeated by a primitive species like yours. The transmission cuts abruptly, leaving a tense silence on the bridge. Lee turns to his officers. Prepare for immediate hyperspace jump to Earth. We need to regroup, and plan our next move. And make sure all ships salvage what they can from the battlefield. We need every resource available. As the Atlas and the remaining fleet prepare for the jump, Lee can't escape the feeling that this victory is merely the beginning of a much larger conflict. At UN headquarters on Earth, the atmosphere is buzzing with activity. News of the battle has spread like wildfire, creating a mood of both triumph and apprehension. In the war room, three-dimensional screens display the latest intelligence on Zorani movements and proposed battle plans. Admiral Lee, welcome back, General Connors says, his demeanor as stern as ever. We've been debriefing the survivors and analyzing the data. The Zorani were caught off guard, but they're regrouping. We estimate they could launch a counterattack within weeks. Lee nods, his mind already working through the possibilities. We need to bolster defenses on all frontier worlds and reinforce our fleet. Additionally, we should consider unconventional strategies. The Zorani have a technological advantage, but we have ingenuity. President Allen, seated at the head of the table, leans forward. Admiral, your leadership in the battle was exemplary, but we must also face the political ramifications. The Zorani aren't just another alien race, they're a major power in this galaxy. Our actions may have attracted the attention of other races and factions. We need allies. Agreed, Lee responds. I propose we send diplomatic envoys to potential allies. Races that have had conflicts with the Zorani or have reason to resist their domination. We need to build a coalition. Connors nods in agreement. I'll start compiling a list of potential allies and gather intelligence on their current status. We need to tread carefully, some may see an alliance with us as more trouble than benefit. As the meeting continues, plans are laid for both military and diplomatic efforts. However, Lee's mind is also occupied by another concern, one he can't voice just yet. The Zorani officer's words about domination still linger in his thoughts. If the Zorani truly seek galactic dominance, humanity will need more than just firepower, they'll need an edge. Deep within the Atlas, in the secure research and development labs, Dr. Marcus Hayes works tirelessly. The Valkyrie proved its worth, but it was just the beginning. Hayes, a brilliant but eccentric scientist, has been pushing the boundaries of human technology for years. Now, with the Zorani threat looming, his work has become more critical than ever. Admiral Lee, Hayes greets as Lee enters the lab. I've been expecting you. Dr. Hayes, we need something more. The Valkyrie was a breakthrough, but we can't rely on a single weapon. What else do you have? Lee asks, his tone direct. Hayes grins, his eyes gleaming with excitement. Oh, I have a few interesting things. Follow me. He leads Lee to a secure room where a colossal structure looms, covered by tarps and surrounded by advanced machinery. This, Hayes says, pulling the tarp away with a dramatic gesture, is Project Aegis. Beneath the tarps is an unprecedented shield generator prototype. It's based on reverse-engineered Zorani technology, Hayes explains, but we've made some improvements. This device can generate a shield capable of withstanding multiple hits from their strongest weapons, and it can be scaled up. Imagine an entire fleet protected by it. Lee's eyes widen. If this works, it could change the game. How soon can you have it operational? With the right resources and support, a few weeks for the initial prototypes. Mass production will take longer, but we can start equipping key ships immediately, Hayes replies. Make it happen, Lee orders. We need every advantage we can get. As Hayes and his team get to work, Lee knows that humanity's survival depends on their ingenuity and adaptability. The Zorani are a formidable foe, but they've underestimated the human spirit, the drive to overcome any limit, to face any challenge. Returning to his private quarters, Lee finally allows himself a moment to reflect. The Zorani threat is an unprecedented challenge, but amid the uncertainty, there's a sense of unity and common purpose that gives him hope. They had struck back with overwhelming force, and now they must prepare for the inevitable retaliation. A soft chime interrupts his thoughts. It's a message from President Allen. Admiral, we've received responses from several potential allies. Some are willing to negotiate. Your presence is requested at the talks. Lee sighs, the weight of responsibility heavy on his shoulders. I'll be there immediately, he replies, steeling himself for the next phase of the struggle. The galaxy is watching, and humanity's resolve will soon be tested like never before.